Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving deep into a major transformation in military aviation manufacturing that could push Russia's aerospace industry to its absolute limits. We are looking at a potential mega deal where China might force Russia to hit its highest ever production rate for the Il-78 aerial refueling tanker. This means the Aviastar plant has to pull off something they have never done before. So make sure you watch till the end of the video to see how this impacts global air power. If a reported export schedule for China is finalized, Russia may be compelled to achieve its highest ever annual production rate of the Il-78 aerial refueling tanker. The Aviastar plant in Ulyanovsk would need to achieve production levels that have never been achieved before to meet the proposed delivery timeline. This massive undertaking becomes clear when we look at how production plans may be modified by export orders. Aviastar's production program for 2026 comprises 6 aircraft, with 4 of them potentially allocated to an export customer who is believed to be China. To fulfill the reported export commitments, Russia would be required to manufacture 8 Il-78 tankers annually over the next 2 years, if those 4 aircraft are delivered on schedule. Now, let's just take a step back and think about how wild this actually is for a factory that usually moves at a snail's pace. The plant's most recent production record would be considerably exceeded by such an output. Aviastar completed 6 aircraft in 2023 and 2024, and production increased marginally to 7 aircraft in 2025, according to Zakharov. Consequently, the facility would establish a new production benchmark by achieving 8 tankers annually. This is why Aviastar faces a significant manufacturing challenge moving forward. The Il-78 is built at Aviastar on the Il-76 MD-90A transport aircraft production line. Before receiving specialized aerial refueling equipment, fuel management systems, and associated modifications, each tanker shares its basic airframe with the transport variant. To increase the output of tankers, it would be necessary to either increase the overall production or make adjustments to the allocation of assembly positions, as both transport aircraft and tankers compete for the same manufacturing capacity. In addition to guaranteeing that final assembly and flight testing are conducted according to schedule, the expansion of production necessitates the preservation of engine, avionics, structural components, and skilled labor supplies. Although Aviastar has progressively increased production in recent years, doubling tanker deliveries in comparison to historical output would necessitate sustained industrial expansion rather than a temporary surge. Hang on a second. We need to take a quick pause here. If you are enjoying this deep dive into heavy military hardware, make sure to subscribe because coming up next, we are breaking down the exact reason why China is desperately scrambling for these Russian tankers right now, and how it completely changes their strategy in the Pacific. So do not go anywhere. This brings us directly to China's need for additional tankers. The discussion regarding China's need for additional aerial refueling aircraft has been reignited by reports of renewed negotiations. The demand for aerial refueling is on the rise as the People's Liberation Army Air Force introduces more long-range combat aircraft, such as the J-20 stealth fighter and other platforms designed for operations over greater distances, although China has expanded its fleet of indigenous YY-20 tankers. The capacity of additional tankers improves the capacity of combat aircraft, extends their operational range, and enables a greater number of aircraft to remain on station during long-range missions. As China expands its air operations throughout the Western Pacific, these capabilities have become increasingly important. This is exactly the kind of complex military aviation strategy we love tracking here on Altitude Addicts. To understand how we got here, we have to look at a long history of Il-78 discussions. This would be the second occasion on which Russia and China have engaged in discussions regarding the delivery of Il-78. Although the two nations have previously negotiated contracts for Il-76 military transport aircraft and Il-78 tankers, the implementation of these agreements was delayed due to pricing and production complications. Through Ukraine, China ultimately acquired multiple Il-78 aircraft, and Russian maintenance facilities have previously maintained one or more of these tankers. Negotiations regarding newer production aircraft have restarted, as indicated by the most recent reports, rather than refurbished legacy platforms. All of this underscores the incredible importance of the Il-78. Let's cut through the dry data for a moment and look at why this specific plane is such a massive deal for any air force trying to project power. The Il-78 is the primary dedicated aerial refueling aircraft of Russia and is a derivative of the Il-76 strategic military transport. The Aviation Design Bureau developed the aircraft during the Soviet era. It was first flown in 1983 and entered service in 1984. The original Il-78, the improved Il-78M, and the most recent Il-78M-90A, which is based on the Il-76M D-90A airframe, are among the over 50 Il-78 family aircraft that have been built. Currently, only a limited number of air forces operate the Il-78 family. Russia continues to be the largest operator, with approximately 19 aircraft currently in service, and an additional Il-78 M90A tanker on order. Let's hit the brakes for just a moment. We still have to look at how this impacts other major global players like India and Pakistan, plus the massive bottleneck Russia is about to face. So stay tuned, because we are getting to that right now. India currently operates 6 Il-78 MKI aircraft. Pakistan has 4 Il-78 MP tankers. Algeria operates 4 Il-78S, and China has 3 Il-78s that were acquired from Ukraine. China would become one of the world's largest operators of the type, second only to Russia, if the reported procurement of approximately 20 new Russian-built Il-78 M90AS is finalized. The aircraft is capable of refueling multiple aircraft during a mission, as it is equipped with 3 hose and drogue refueling stations, 2 located under the wings and 1 on the fuselage centerline. Modern variants maintain the long-range performance of the Il-76 platform while incorporating PS-90A-76 engines, upgraded avionics, and improved fuel efficiency. One of the most critical strategic support aircraft in the Russian aerospace inventory, the Il-78 continues to serve as a critical force multiplier by extending the operational range and endurance of fighters, bombers, and transport aircraft. It is easy to see why these production targets will test Russia's aerospace industry to its absolute limits. The production figures that have been reported are still based on industry discussions rather than confirmed contract announcements. The final size and delivery schedule of any new Il-78 export agreement have not been publicly confirmed by either Russian authorities or Chinese officials. Here at Altitude Addicts, we are definitely keeping a very close eye on how this factory handles the intense pressure. Nevertheless, Aviastar would be required to sustain a production tempo that exceeds that of the tanker program if the reported timeline is implemented. This would necessitate consistent manufacturing performance over an extended period of time, while also accommodating Russia's own military aviation requirements. The plant must maintain production capacity, ensure a stable supply chain, and execute one of Russia's most rigorous manufacturing schedules to produce 8 Il-78 aircraft annually. For more deep dives into strategic military hardware, keep it locked right here to Altitude Addicts. We thank the people who have liked and shared the videos and subscribed to the channel. We also thank the people who have hyped the videos.